Has someone ever talked behind your back?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. It's happened before, yes.
All right. How does that make you feel when you find out that they have been talking behind your back?
Um, I get a feeling of betrayal. I mean, especially if they're a close friend or something, that you'd be able to trust them to think of you and have respect for you. And when you figure out something like that, it's just kind of just makes you feel down.
Have you ever been bullied?
I mean, a little bit in middle school. I don't really face too much, but I mean, yeah, I have.
All right. What do you feel like being bullied rather than being talked behind your back?
I mean, being bullied is more of a direct feeling, while being talked behind your back isn't. I'd say it's even worse, as it's just you have no say in it, and it's just how you're treated by others. It's just a terrible feeling.
Have you ever judged somebody else based on their outward appearance?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't intentionally do it or try to do it. I try to be nice and not think of people by what they look or how they act too much, more of them as a person. But yeah.
Why do you think that you do judge them?
Why we do judge them?
Yeah.
I mean, society really takes a toll on how social norms live and how you need to act, how you need to look, how everything needs to be similar.
Have you ever been judged on your outward appearance?
Yeah. When not recently, but when I was very young, going through elementary school, a lot of people kind of looked at the different genders, saying this is like male and this is female. And every time one of my friends came over and saw pictures of me when I was very young, I used to do dress up with my sisters, and they always called me a girl. So I had that going for me through elementary school.
How did you feel when these people came up to you and thought you were a girl just because you were playing with your sisters and just hanging out with them?
I mean, I felt embarrassed in a way, and so I kind of just hid myself even more throughout elementary school. I mean, I kind of just forced myself to be more male. I pushed myself to be male a little more, even though I was already male. So.
If you ever saw anyone else being judged on their outward appearance, would you intervene or no?
I would, because why would you judge them? Because they're expressing who they are. If I'm wearing a dress, I'm expressing that I'm a female. I'm expressing that I want to be like this. I'm feeling comfortable in this. If you're judging someone just because they look like that, it doesn't make sense, because you're judging their personality and who they really are, and that's not right.
Okay. Have you ever judged anybody else?
I mean, when I was very young, yes, because I was kind of being pressed against this wall, and every time someone judged me of my appearance, and I was pretty much pushed to a corner, and I pretty much outlashed to defend myself in a way. And I mean, that happens day to day. I do admit it, and it does feel wrong, but in a joking way. And I understand in a joking way, it's still saying something mean. And I lately have tried to avoid that, starting like this year. So,
what made you try to avoid that?
Say again?
What made you try to start avoiding judging people?
Honestly, going through, I'll just admit it. Honestly, going through depression, you kind of realize how people are feeling, and you kind of you hit a rock bottom, and you can't really. You try to claw your way out, and you realize it's just a terrible place to be, and you don't feel. When you say some things to people, it's terrible because you know how they're going to end up feeling, and you don't want that on them, because especially the way I went through depression, it's just a terrible experience.
You live, oh, take it all, but you never give. Should've known you was trouble from the first kiss. Had your eyes wide open. why were they open? Gave you all I had and you tossed it in the trash. You tossed it in